Been wanting to do this for a while. What's up, guys? It's the one and only DJ Holiday, Mr. Holiday Season. And you're locked in right now with Off the Porch, man. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. You bastard.
I don't stress. I got a check. I don't stress. I got a check.
All right, so we got the one and only, the living legend, DJ Holiday on Off the Porch.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, the living legend.
Man.
I appreciate that, man.
No problem. I hope you feel like
I've
you're
never,
a legend,
I've
man.
never said it myself, and I think any person who calls themselves a legend or whatever isn't one, because I've never said it personally. But no, I appreciate all the body of work that I have and everybody receiving it over the years. I don't do too many interviews, man. But this is one I couldn't pass up, and great opportunity, man. I appreciate it. I love your platform, by the way.
Thank you, man. And I appreciate taking your time to pull up on us today, too,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So first off, how we feeling today, Holiday, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I got a juggernaut of things on my plate that I'm excited about, and I'm here to promote just pretty much everything that's going on. From the label with all the artists I'm dealing with that's heating up the city to, of course, Hollipalooza, one of the biggest concert series up and coming right now for all independent artists, and we pretty much put our flag in the sand out here to let you know we the next Rolling Louds and things of that nature, and I'm excited about that, man. And then, of course, we can talk about the history of Hollipalooza, how it changed your life, and how it changed mine, of course. And I'll give you a couple little dabbles, some stories on how things happen and were put together and things like that. I know I've given y'all a lot of things over the years, so I'm here to, of course, give you any kind of insight you want to know about it, because I know everywhere I go, when I'm out and about, I get asked these crazy ass questions. So when somebody gets fortunate enough to be next to me in a section or a club or something like that, they ask me some crazy ass Gucci Mane story or Waka story or Nicki story or whatever. So I'm here for that.
So let's dive into it, man.
Go ahead.
How does DJ Holiday get birthed? Like, what was your start as a DJ?
My start, DJ Holiday was created in Fort Valley, Georgia, man. I was in college out there on a 4-year scholarship for football, and then I turned it into a situation where, I really was seeing the other motherfuckers was like really going to the league because they was 6'3", running 4'4", 4'2s and shit. And I was just 5'9", 5'10", running my little quick little 4'5" and shit. But no, man, I kind of got heavy into the mass communication world, and I didn't have no money back then. We was all broke trying to figure it out. The student money, loans and stuff wasn't enough to, give me what I needed. I was trying to have fun and impress girls and get a new car and stuff like that, and it just wasn't enough. So I decided to throw parties and stuff like that.
Okay.
So out of my apartment, I threw parties, and we damn near rented like a club. My partner sold chicken and French fries that we bought from the store, the grocery store, and then I handled the music and the liquor and stuff like that, and that's kind of like what the feeling of music, kind of the control of the crowd, yearning for that, to see the expression and the excitement of people, triggering, like just seeing them like, oh, I control this shit, how excited they are, and that really was it for me. Like that's what birthed me as far as like wanting to be a DJ, because that turned into, at first it was just CDs, and then it turned into, no, I need to really know how to do this shit, because I'll get clowned if I go back to Atlanta and try to really be a DJ, but I'm just DJing off CDs. So then I learned how to do turntables and things of that nature, and then it turned into me going back and forth from Fort Valley to Atlanta to get the music and be up on the music and shit, because people really started depending on my parties to escape for the weekend type shit, in college though at the time. So yeah, man, it got really, really crazy. And then I joined the radio station out there, and I forgot the lady's name, and she was my PD at the time. She just asked me what my name would be, because at first it was just Avery, because I played football as my last name, and then they just, it's just a name came up. This girl called to the radio station one day and was like, man, you did an amazing job, because it was like Christmas time. I stayed back at school to do all the parties still. And it was like, oh man, you killed it for the holiday season. And I was like, and then that caught. And then I just, it was a cool ass name, and I just kind of did a play on words with it, with like some mob shit, so I thought it was a fly ass name that bitches are like, And then, you know, but dudes would be appreciative of it too as well if I link myself with like some gangsta ass motherfuckers or something. So yeah, that's what it was. Holiday season kind of rolls off your tongue.
Oh, absolutely, man. At this point, it's so iconic.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That was the plan, man. I remember writing it on a piece of paper at my mom's house, man. I was living with my mom, man, and yeah, we turned it into worldwide, right? Yeah.
So do you come back to Atlanta after college?
Yeah, after college, man, I left college actually to be an intern at Bad Boy South.
Okay.
And to pass out flyers and you know, posters and shit, man. I did it all, bro. I got coffee for everybody. I think the first project I was put on was like when 8 Ball MJG was there.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, man. So don't be afraid to be an intern. I was an intern. And throughout this story of me telling you how I got here, I was an intern maybe 4 or 5 times. So in each setting. So, but now Bad Boy South, intern, worked my ass off, put up flyers. But then I, you know, kind of was balancing that with going to the clubs and the hood clubs and on Glenwood, and I was DJing for 6 hours for $150 fucking. God
damn.
And I did that every freaking night. And I swear I just would get excited about 10 people being in there, listening, kind of like just all reacting to what I was playing. And that's where my hunger and my drive for it, you know, grew, because I didn't want to be average, man. I didn't want to be there. I was like, man, I got so much more purpose for this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my first series of mixtape were called Street Judgement. And my good friend by the name of KD, I met him at a Chevron, and you know, he seen me passing out CDs at the gas station, and he was like, oh, okay, you pass out CDs and shit. And I'll never forget, he came to the club, and I was so excited because he was like a guy that was, you know, moving around and everybody knew him and stuff like that. And I just gotta link myself with that guy because I know he know other people and he probably could help me promote myself. And I gave him some of my CDs, and he passed out my CDs, and you know, that's how we kind of built that relationship to get that Street Judgement mixtape, you know, out, because we would get it to the local record stores and shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
But they never would put my shit in the front, and that really made me mad. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how do I get my shit in the front? Like, I want to say DJ Scream at the time. I think it was maybe like Oop Camp and all them motherfuckers
Okay,
and
yeah.
shit. And I was just like, damn, I want my shit in the front. And it's like, man, you get some exclusive and bring that shit back, and we'll motherfucking turn your ass up. And I was like, bet. So went to Zaytoven house. I met Zaytoven throughout that whole process and interned for him pretty much. I was at that motherfucker house getting chicken, you know, hot wings, fucking liquor.
Was this the infamous basement?
The infamous fucking basement. Yes, I was the intern in that bitch, like going to get everything I needed to get for anybody who asked for it. But every time I knew when that white Hummer was there, Gucci was there. And I helped him pretty much, you know, build his brand with, you know, me just being a hustling ass kid who just wanted to fucking get my name out there. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how do you get introduced to DJ Drama, or how does he come across you?
DJ Drama? Oh, you just DJ Drama. I was an intern. I was an intern at Hot 107.9. Sticks Malone had got me the job, and yeah, man, I was running around. You know, I think I had a couple mixtapes that were credible. EA Sportscenter at the time, and you know, I think maybe one with like Young Ralph or somebody like that. And Bricks was out, you know, so my name was on that song and shit like that. But you know, at that time, a lot of my friends from the East Side didn't want me to make that move because they felt like we could build our brand ourselves. But I felt it was important to associate myself with some DJs and a brand that could, you know, that's worldwide. That I felt at the time, because you know, for me, I don't care what you say, there wouldn't be no DJ Holiday or Holiday Season without me getting some type of feeling that I got when I first heard Trap or Die.
Okay.
So yeah, so salute the Drum and the affiliate crew for that. But even since, and Cannon too as well, those are the good guys, man. And that's kind of what pushed me to the next level for me. So being with Drama, like I said, I met him, and he told me, oh, I see you, homie, you on my radar and shit like that. And you know, he's tried to little boy me and shit. You know, I told him, I said, hey, all right, cool, I'm coming though. You'll see. So we kept building from there, and you know, he came into my world, and we did tapes like Culinary Art School and stuff like that with OJ, and you know, I was able to, you know, use the affiliate drop. I felt that made my stamp, you know, kind of coexist with theirs, and just like, piggyback off each other. But, in that time, I just was doing the right ones and picking the right artists to take my shit to the next level.
Yeah, and Drama gave you that infamous holiday season drop,
yeah,
too,
he
man.
did. And I it's so crazy. I wish I had a cooler story about how he did it, but it really wasn't. Because when he told me, he was like, man, you got to get somebody known and incredible who's going to fucking take your brand to the next level. Like, you need a drop. And I was like, well, who fuck did yours? And he was like, Lil Jon. And I was like, oh. I said, well, I don't know, Lil Jon. Fuck, can you do it? And he did it. And, I just don't remember, like, just me saying like, oh, this is the moment.
Yeah.
I got this big Gucci Mane mixtape coming. Can you do my drop? It was never like that. It was like, probably just one day in the studio. I was like, I ain't go in that motherfucker and say it. So that was it.
Yeah.
But I love that drop. I do. That's the one I use a lot. That's the one that kind of dominated the series. But OJ had a cool one too.
I was gonna say, I catch myself just saying
there's no
OJ
fucking
drop.
Walmart or Target I can't go into, and motherfuckers gonna say holiday season. Hey, so that's everywhere I go. You can't give it to him dry like that, DJ Holiday. Nicki, salute to her, man. Her crowd and her audience took that drop to the next level, man. And I promise every woman I've ever ran into that's a Nicki fan have said that to me in any club, any place, anywhere. So yeah, man, I got some iconic little vibes that came out of the mixtape series.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So was EA Sportscenter, was that the first tape you and Gucci put out?
That was the first one.
Okay.
That was the first one. I worked my ass off to get that one because at first, like I said, Gucci was just giving me, him and Zay would just give me like one-offs. Like, I was like, yo, I need an exclusive. But they would just give me like one song. Like one song, I'm putting it on a tape with a whole bunch of other vibes.
Okay, yeah.
And, I was getting like, all right, but can you bring a whole mixtape with every song? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna try. And I begged, and I think I get one song 1 week, I get 2 songs 1 week, I get 3 songs 1 week, and then I was like, Gucci man, look, bro, I'm gonna do anything you want me to do. I'll be your DJ for the rest of my life. I'll break any record you need me to break, but I need a whole fucking tape with just me and you. And you saying my name and all that shit. And I think Zay pressed him about it a little bit, and he agreed to it, man, and he gave me a shot, man. So salute to him for believing in me when nobody else did, And without him, I promise you, I wouldn't be here. So
there were some big records on there. You had Bricks, Sun Valley, Alien.
Sun Valley. I mean, it was introduced to OJ, and I think Ralph was on there. It was a bunch of motherfuckers, man. So, and then Bricks, and I remember the night Bricks was made. I knew that shit was gonna change.
You was in the studio?
Fucking right, yeah. I was pushing the damn button. Like, OJ, Gotti, get in there, Gotti was there. What's so crazy, nobody knows this, but fucking Rocco was supposed to be on that record.
Oh, for real?
And he was late for the session.
Wow.
So Ralph got on there. So shout out to Ralph.
And the music video is so iconic too, man, because everyone's in that music video.
That's when I knew that shit was real. I was like, because that was like a regular ass, fucking Saturday. And we were just like, yeah, let's go shoot the video. And, we shot the video because the song was just picking up so crazy. That's when I feel like I got the feeling for like, this is what a hit record feels like. When DJs and people from out of town that you're cool with call you and say, can I get the clean version of that song? Or can I get the song without you talking on it and shit like that? And
I'm sure you got that request a lot with some of these
but
records.
I would never give it to him because I was like, no, fucking Clue. Shit plays in the club, drama shit play in the club. Y'all gonna hear my fucking voice and my drops. I'm not giving you the version without me. So, and I told Zay don't ever give it to him. So, yeah. Fucking gotta keep branding, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. The Cold War series. You had the Brrrussia on there. How did that whole project come about?
Get a call from Gucci at like fucking 3 in the morning, and he says, I wanna do a 3-piece part series of a mixtape, and I want you, Drama, and Scream to do it. And so I was like, all together, like all of us talking together, and he was like, nah, you gonna get your piece, Drama gonna get his piece, and Scream's gonna get his piece. It happened just like that. And then he was like, yo, here are your songs. Drama had his songs, and Scream had his songs. And fucking, at that time, I'm super competitive, so I think I called maybe Drama, was like, yo, I got some songs on my shit. And I did, but if I'm not mistaken, he had fucking photo shoot on his.
Yeah. I think he had a couple of records with Drake on his too.
Fucking
didn't he?
yeah, probably yeah. So yeah, but that was a movie, man. But we all kept it 1,000, man. But we was competitive about it, and You know, we didn't know how it was gonna pull out, but you know, Gucci always had crazy ass, you know, ideas like that just push the envelope to the next level with music and stuff. You know, when you're in it, you don't really know what's going on, but you know, when it happens, you're like, damn, that was iconic, man. I was part of some 3-part series.
That dropped at the same time, right?
Yeah, they dropped it the same day. Like we
10/17.
dropped the mixtape the day before his fucking album dropped. The label like hated us for that shit.
I always wanted to
Yeah,
ask about that.
I think it was one of the most underrated ones, but he literally was like, yeah, let's drop a mixtape tomorrow. I was like, Dad Piff, we dropping a mixtape tomorrow. We was like, don't your album come out tomorrow? We was like, we don't give a fuck, let's go.
Which tape was it?
Fucking my album come out tomorrow. That was the name of it. I swear to God, go check it. It's on the Google it or YouTube it. It's called My Album Drops Tomorrow or something like that. Yeah.
So Gucci would just send you the songs. Was it up to you to kind of like get the track listing together and everything?
Yeah. I really dive deep into the A&R and part of my mixtapes. I don't rush it. I don't, you know, let it go, you know, longer than maybe like a week or two like that. But I live with these records. Like I told you, I don't listen to myself. I don't listen to my mixtapes, man. I listen to beats and I listen to fucking shit I'm working on and stuff like that. So, you know, and I live with it, and I just really think about. I try to have an out-of-body experience about me riding in the car, listening to that new DJ Holiday Gucci Mane or whatever tape I drop, and knowing that feeling of, you know, just because everywhere around the world, it's a motherfucker who just got off work, he got his girl in the passenger seat, he finna go get him a Hennessy or a shot of Quavo or something like that, and you want to smoke him a blunt, he gonna go to the local club, and you know, your car's clean, you got a haircut, you gonna get some ass tonight, you know, you want to feel good about that music. So I just want that shit to feel like no skips, you know. I wanted to feel like how Burrprint made me feel, or how 400 Degrees made me feel, or like how Doggy Style made me feel, or Ghetto Dope, or those are like my favorite ones, and I think I listened to those religiously for like years in my life, and it was always like my soundtrack to like feeling good when I have like money in my pocket and I had a good week, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
no, you did a great job on
Thank
a
you.
lot of these
It,
tapes
man.
too.
Yeah.
But I was always
one
curious
of the best
about that.
A&Rs, man. I just never got the job and the title.
All right, so you did one of Gucci's most iconic and biggest tapes, man, The Writing on the Wall.
Writing on the Wall, yeah, that was one of the, I think that was the one that people kind of like, you know, tag on me, that saying like that was the one. Only because like I feel like it was the anticipation for it was amazing. Man, what can I say about it? He fought me on it, tooth and nail about it, because he didn't like the name of it. He thought it was too familiar with like the Destiny Child. I think that album was named Right on the Wall or something like that at the time. But I just had this idea, you know, when I went to sleep at night, I knew he was getting out. I knew, you know, we was getting ready to drop this mixtape and stuff like that. And I was like, hey man, you know, you don't have a pen and paper in there, do you? And he was like, no. I was like, well, you write on the wall. You know, it was something like that of that nature. But I pushed it really hard with the label and everything. They fought me on it for a while, but it came out in my favor, and you know, my whole idea for it. And the mixtape cover, I forgot the guy who did it. KD probably would know, but shout out to you for doing that iconic mixtape cover.
Absolutely,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? And yeah, it was amazing. And freaking, you know, the freaking Negro spiritual vibe was on there. You know, started off my day with a blunt of perk, no pancakes, just a cup of syrup. I could close my eyes and remember when he recorded that at Fat Studio with myself and Zay. Man, we had like a listening party the day he got out of jail, literally. And rest in peace to Shawty Lo. He was there, and he met me there, and we all was there. Coach K was there. And we went straight to the studio, man, after we got some food, and he changed clothes and stuff, and he recorded that record right there. And that was the first record he ever recorded for that project.
Oh, wow.
And I did it in one take, too.
Shoot.
One take, verse, and then second take, ad-libs. Never forget it. Crazy shit I ever seen.
So you're hearing those iconic bars. Do you know, like, right away, like, what the fuck?
No, I knew that shit was different, because usually he'll vibe out on some shit. You know, he'll come back, he'll fix his words, he'll mumble like melodies and stuff like that. But I knew that one was. I was like, I want this shit to go take to the club like tomorrow. But, you know, but I knew when they hit the tape, I knew it was gonna be a movie.
Yeah.
And that was like the height of pretty much everything, man. You know, MTV was heavily, you know, reporting everything I did, and you know, just booked and busy 24/7. it was just a moment in time, and I'm proud to be a part of that. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned what was the relationship like with the label? Did they fight a lot of these tapes? Did they fight like to get some records off of there, or?
Nah, man, you know, not really. I think they at one point in time they tried to make us slow down, but
Really?
you know, we did the best we could, man. You know, I don't think Gucci never really had no like restraints about dropping music. He just did what he wanted to do. His albums did fairly well, of course, but you know, the mixtape was like shit, the creme de la creme of his brand and his movement at the time, you know, and I was right there for the co-pilot ride with it, and like I said, I appreciate it. So yeah, it was a dope experience. But nah, he never really. They told us to calm down. Like when the albums came out, we knew albums would come out where singles were popping off these mixtapes. That's when we knew it was getting serious and stuff like that. But you know, we still did what we wanted to do.
Yeah, it's like the mixtapes had a different vibe than his albums.
Yeah,
they
man.
seemed like really raw, like
Super raw, yeah.
super
yeah.
street records.
Yeah,
on
some of
there,
those
too.
records wasn't even mixed and mastered, man. It was just like Zay would come cook up at Patchwork, and Fat would come, and man, Mike Will. I remember Mike Will coming and sleeping on the couch and waiting for his turn to come in there to play beats, and 808 Mafia, all those guys, man. It just that time, I don't think will ever be replaced. Even like what's coming before us, like all these guys are doing an amazing job with the beats they're doing, like Take Key and those guys, but that nucleus of talent being in those studios at the time, just 2 Chainz in this room, Yo Gotti in this room, Gucci in this room, Nicki in the B room, Mike Will in here, fucking Metro, it was crazy when you think about it,
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was amazing.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tapes is the Burrprint 2.
Burrprint too. Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
I think he
that
was
was the
in-
one that was in stores, right?
I don't know if it was.
Yeah, that shit was in stores.
it?
Burrprint too? Yeah, that was in stores, right?
I know it's on streaming sites. Actually, yeah.
Burrprint 2 was the one that came out in like Target and shit. Cause in the cover of him sitting up with his feet up in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in stores.
Yeah, he was locked up when you.
Yeah, because the phone conversation.
The phone
was
calls.
On the phone. Yeah.
He had the one freestyle from jail.
Shout out to
too.
Coach K. Coach K did that one. Coach K orchestrated that one. But yeah, he was in jail when that came out. But that shit came out in like stores. That's when my mom and them was like, oh yeah, you getting to it, huh? Because I was in Best Buy. I never went in Best Buy and seen my tapes in there, man. That was crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah, shout out to Coach K for making that play.
Was it just like one phone? Were you on the phone with Gucci, or did they just send you that audio?
No. He had a scheduled time to call, and
Okay.
we set up the session in Patchwork, and we went in there, and he called the phone, and I talked to him. I was as raw as it get. Yeah, it wasn't coordinated or anything like that. We just talked like, hey man, what's up, bro? You good? But I talked to him all the time. I wrote him and everything. Just keep his spirits up.
Yeah. Had a lot of drops. You had a drop from Lil Kim on that tape.
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah.
how that came about?
I want to say Coach K, kind of like.
Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much, A&R that one. I was there for the ride, and I orchestrated and put it together. But yeah, he made, everybody was just in favor of supporting what we had going on at the time for Gucci to get out, and that was like I said, it was a great position to be in.
Yeah.
Everybody would say yes for that. Everybody came in to help and wanted to be a part of that project.
Yeah. The
And
song.
moving forward from that,
Yeah, the song Coca-Cola had it like every artist you could imagine at that time.
Yeah.
Do you know how that song came about?
Yeah, we put out a APD. We were doing the tape, and we wanted to make sure they had a real big presence of like support from everybody, and we just hit pretty much everybody's managers up and was sending the beat over, and they were sending their verses back, and it was crazy. So yeah, it was like the fucking We Are the World.
Yeah, it's like 9
music.
minutes long.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but no, it was an amazing situation, man.
Yeah, man. So Nicki Minaj. So what's your introduction to Nicki Minaj? Do you remember?
Shout out to Deb, Walker's mom. She, you see this girl from New York, Southside Jamaica, Queens, that she's puts it, hanging out in the studio, and this is, Deb, she believes in it. Deb can sell water to a well, man. This is the next. This, and she's gonna do this, and she's gonna be iconic. She's gonna be bigger than Little Kim, and we like, okay, cool. But she did that about everybody, and that she believes in and rocks with. But it really stuck, and Nicki was just a girl who was, had her headphones on, writing in her pen and pad, and you know, just waiting for an opportunity to, you know, get on a Gucci track or, you know, whoever was in the studio working at the time or get a dope beat. And, you know, through time, like I said, we became friends and I spoke to her often. And, you know, I'm a people person. I speak to everybody in the studio. I don't ever like anybody just drift off, but we all in the studio vibing and, you know, she's in the corner writing and I'm like, hey, what are you working on? You know, stuff like that. And then Deb asked me, she was like, would you want to work with her? And I was like, for sure. You know, that was always my personality. I work with anybody. I don't say no to anybody. I think anybody has a real opportunity to be a star if they got the right team around them. But yeah, and she asked me to work with her, and I did. And she came up with a dope idea about saying that she was gonna go to the next level, and this was gonna be her come out tape that everybody's gonna appreciate. She had real fans in New York. I didn't know because I never went to New York with her, but I heard a lot of buzz about it when I went and called like Clue and Flex and those guys. And they said she was like big on DVDs or something like that. And yeah, man, so we linked in, we did we just talked about mixtapes. We talked about what she wanted to do to the game, and man, she was so fucking persistent about dominating and ideas. And she's like, you got to get in this door, and once you get in this door, then you got to show them this, and then once you get in that door, you got to take it to the next level, and then you got to work with this person, you got to work with that person. And I'm not just doing rap, I'm doing pop, I'm doing fucking Hispanic music, I'm doing everything. And I was like, damn. And it's so crazy, man. It really happened exactly the way she wanted it to. When she told me that mixtape was coming out, and when we put it together, because that was like 2 hard months of like just back-to-back studio sessions going in. I remember when she played me the record with Drake on it, and I didn't know who Drake was at the time. And I was like, who is this? He was like, oh, Wayne signed him. He's a kid from Toronto. Like that, and you know, and we was just like, all right, cool. We just kept, you know, stacking the songs and shit. And then when we A&R'd it out, and it was time to put it out, we put it out, and man, after that shit, she was just booked up and doing shows, and you know what I'm saying? She got a donk shit was on there, and that was crazy. I remember the drop, me telling her to do the drops and stuff like that. It just was a iconic vibe, man. Like being close to something like that close, knowing like, man, this shit really might work. So then I think I put out a tweet, and I was like, yo, man, Nicki Minaj is next, period, like for all female rap. And I think, you know, like I said, she could do no wrong in my heart, man, my eyes. Like she's opened the door for every female.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's
she
ever,
really
that's
kicked it
doing
off.
it now. And now you can see even the season we in now is literally, I mean, these girls are kicking everybody's ass. Like shit, it's crazy. So yeah, shout out to Nicki, man, for ever holding me down and being my supporter and rocking with me and giving me the opportunity to do her first and only mixtape ever in her life. Yeah.
How rewarding is it to you to, you know, play a role in her career like that, blowing up? Not even her career, but so many other artists too.
Man, you know, it just shows that, like I said, the character, the person I tried to become was like, I'm gonna be a people person for the industry. I don't want to just, you know, be that, you know, when I get a little money or I get a little success, I'm gonna cut my ties with motherfuckers that I don't deal with. Like, I stay very grassrooted of how I got to this position. You know, I'll never forget that kid who was DJing on Glenwood and then Holding the Wall Club for $150, bro. I couldn't get away from that. That's why I always will pop up at a hood spot. I always go to an open mic. I always, you know, go to these vibes that you can find these artists at. You know, that's why we created Hollipalooza, man. It's so important because that's just the grassroots of like how you find these artists. Nobody knew that Nicki Minaj was gonna be who she was. Nobody cared that Waka had this song that he kept playing over and over on the tour bus called "Oh Let's Do It." But I cared, and Gucci cared, and you know, and Deb cared, and that's why, you know, we were able to put these people to the next level. You know, so that's what I appreciate. But just me sticking to my guns, saying that, yo, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the people's champ. Like, you meet me, bro, you know I'm not with the bullshit. I'm not no diva. You know, I know it feels like that because I did so many iconic things and did something in your life to change your life or gave you a soundtrack that touched you in a way. But to me, man, like I said, I can't just get away from the person that I was from day one. Like, I never asked for any of this. I just did consistent work and didn't say no and worked with everybody and vibed out and just, you know, stayed true and humble to who I am. I saw somebody meet me, they'd be like, yo, you are, and I'm like, cool. That's it, because at the end of the day, you know,
You're just you, right?
It's a carving out of time, bro. Yeah, man. It is what it is. I ain't tripping about it. But don't get it mistaken. Like, you know, I'm still that. I'm that dude. You know, so I know that. You know, my wife tells me that all the time. My friends tell me that all the time. But you know, the price will show that when you want to get close to me and work with me. But we still, like I said, we'll give anybody an opportunity and a shot.
Yeah. Man, talk about the record No Hands and how you kind of helped break that record too.
No Hands. Yeah, one of Waka records. You know, Waka had, you know, he was on fire, man. And you know, No Hands was a record that I think I was just pushing the narrative. I was like, man, this shit is getting like super like hood gang shit with you, bro. Like motherfuckers is on your head. Like but like in a good way. Just, you know, I was like, but if you make a female record, it's out of here. So you know, I wasn't there for the heavy process of it. Like I just helped promote it, and I got it, you know, put out to the streets, you know, the fastest. I got all those records first, and Roscoe and all those guys linked up, and you know, they put themselves in position to make one of the most iconic records, I feel like, for females in Atlanta. And yeah, man, it was one of those records that was in the email, and you know, I think Waka performed it at Birthday Bash when Gucci gave him an opportunity to perform it, and that shit was just sticking, and you could hear it all the time. And we played in the studio 24/7, so yeah, man. But I think my insight on it was I told Waka that, you know, Wale might be a good choice because he's doing really, really good in DC and the Midwest, and I think, you know, that was always my thing. Like, let's give somebody else an opportunity or a shot to let them know what we got going on down here, what we doing. And I think that's how that kind of came about, you know, with the video, you know, everything. You just, you know, giving people an opportunity to be on the wave that we was building at that time with Brick Squad. Yeah.
Diamond record at this point. Man.
Diamond, yeah.
Diamond.
Shout out to Drummer Boy, man. He recently was at Hollipalooza in Miami, and we gave him a standing ovation for what he did. And yeah, man, you know, you can't even fathom that type of thing when you start a situation. But yeah, when that went diamond, I was just smitten, man. I was like, Legion, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Just to know I had that record in my possession before the whole world did, or any DJ did. And I took it to the club and played it. Yeah, so that's special.
Yeah, not too many rap records go diamond, but
not too many, no.
That's
just like Outkast and shit like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
exactly. Right? We're talking 20, 30 years, you know?
Yeah. So,
that's
man,
major
Diamond
right
is
there.
fucking amazing. And did you know that's like a trap record for chicks, man? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? A Diamond fucking trap chick record.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How'd you link up with Young Dolph?
Young Dolph.
Was that through Gucci or?
No, that was not through Gucci. That was through my team. Yeah, we had it was one of those calls. You know, KD facilitates all the hood calls.
The hood calls.
Yeah, the I'm little JoJo from Alabama, and you know, I got 2 racks, and then he just hit me one day and was like, yo, it's this dude named Young Dolph from Memphis that want to do a tape. He told me he had 10 bands. I was like, well, shit, let's get it done. But this is the kicker. He has an ankle monitor and he can't leave Tennessee. So he wants to meet you in person. That's the only way he's gonna give you the money. I said, well, shit, let's meet him at the state line. We met that motherfucker at the state line.
Where'd you go, like Chattanooga or something?
Between Tennessee and fucking Atlanta, wherever the fuck,
I think
Georgia.
it's Chattanooga, yeah.
And then we met him there, and we talked to him, and he told me, man, I don't mess this up. I appreciate you. I love what you do, but I need that Gucci Mane, you know, vibe with this one. I'm finna take over my city. And we were listening to some of his early records and shit, and I was like, man, his voice is so freaking dope. And the tape was amazing. Man. He just, like he said, he had that distinctive voice that stuck out. And when we got the money, I was like, yeah, man, I got you, bro. But what was so dope about it, man, it was 20 grand in the bag. And yeah, and at that time, I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably think I needed that 10 bands, that extra 10 bands. But he gave me that, and yeah, he stuck to his word, man. He just was a great guy when he got off house arrest or whatever his situation was with the ankle monitor. He came to Atlanta, man, like once a week, and he would come, and he met with Zaytoven, and Preach came from out of that situation.
It was on the tape.
But that Cross Country Trappin, man, that was a special moment. Like, me and Dolph used to go to the club, like, just by ourselves. And he would order, like, and I was teaching him I can't even say the word. I was teaching him the DJ appreciation love type of situation. Like, yo, go speak to the DJ first before you go to your section type shit. Get him a bottle. Ask him what he want to drink. That shit'll take you a mile away. You know what I'm saying? So, and we would go to the clubs and just dap up motherfuckers. You know, he'll order a bottle of Ace of Spade, I'll order a bottle of Ace of Spade, and we'll get a birthday girl Ace of Spade and the DJ Ace of Spade. And that's the type of shit we did, man. We went to Papa Do's and and I miss him so much, man. I cried like a fucking baby when he died, man. Because, you know, he FaceTimed me in the mornings when I would take my kids to school. He'd be doing the same thing. And you know, I hated he rode around in them cars in, you know, Memphis like that. But nevertheless, like I said, he's just such a genuine dope guy, man. He would always call me in the studio to listen to songs at Zach's. And he came to any event I had. He was one of the first people to perform at Hollipalooza. The first one when I had Migos and Lil Durk there and Ray Shermer and Bobby Smurder. And he performed at that shit. You know, that's iconic. You can check that out online. And you know, he just always showed me love and support. He did a record for one of my artists at the time. Like I said, he's never told me no, man. So I love him for life, forever. So
yeah, long live Dolph, man.
Yeah, long live Dolph forever.
Yeah, very missed, man. Chief Keef, man. I didn't realize how many tapes you guys put out, man.
Yeah, we did. We had
at least a handful.
We had a low run. We had a low-key, dope-ass run. And every time I'm booked in Chicago, they tell me that. You know, like, they really appreciate me doing those bang 2s, bang 3s and stuff like that. And it was so crazy, man. You know what I hate? I always put my drops on some of the most iconic records. And you know what? I did not put my drop on Finito.
Damn.
I know, that was the one I missed. I did not put my drops on Finito. I think I actually skipped Finito. And because how I do it, if it's 10 songs, I go 2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, really?
And I'll put my drops on there and I'll talk on the other ones.
Okay.
So, and Finito didn't get a holiday season
If you only
drop.
knew.
Oh my God. And what's so crazy, this is one of his best songs still to this day.
Absolutely.
Gets played like Nuck If You Buck and all that type of shit, man. And I hate that I did not put my fucking drops on there. But the fact that I know that the tape that we dropped was Finito was on it, that made it even more special because I did that in my fucking condo, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, with the door wide open and shit. So yeah, I remember that. That was a good vibe.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Chief Keef too, man. Come out the house, bro. This motherfucker won't come out the house for shit.
Yeah, man. So I got to talk to you about Shawty Lo too, man. Talk to us about the person, Shawty Lo. Away from the music, man.
Shawty Lo, man, you know, when I first met him, he was the guy who used to come to the gambling house. He used to come to the studio. Him and Gucci used to always gamble and stuff like that. He'd take everybody money. You know what I'm saying? Him and Gucci would have gambling wars in the studio on the craps and shit like that. But you know, definitely one of those guys, man, where you know, from the jump you knew he wanted more out of the situation than what he had, and you know, I always preached to him. I said, man, you can come in my club. And he never really came, but I told him, I said, man, you know, you one hit away type vibe. You know what I'm saying? But when he popped off with I'm the Man or with D4L and shit like that, that kind of like built the course of like, oh man, what is he gonna do next? And then when he came out with They Know and Foolish and Dun Dun, that was a run like no other. And I would like to probably say I was the first person to give him a check to come to SOs and perform and shut the whole block down.
That's it.
Screen got all the love for that one because that's my dog, and you know that was a good vibe and a good pocket for him. I feel like for Gucci is me and Drama is Jeezy and Scream is Lo.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad Lo stayed close to him and he carried that brand a lot. But man, Lo was just one of the most coolest, genuine people. Like I said, man, I really thought that relationships are the most important thing in this business, man. I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't have the relationships I have, and I'm not one of those people like industry guys. I talk to my friends, I check on them, you know, I ask them about their personal lives, not just music and a favor, and can you get on this verse, or can you come to this party? Man, we really like nurture our relationships and check on each other as we should as friends. And Lo's one of those people, man. He always called me, checked on me, asked me if he needed something. He come to all my events, clubs, parties, and you know, we was able to do a record right now. He got on that one, and we did a mixtape. It wasn't good as one of Screams, but you know, we did one, so I was proud about that, and I love Lo forever, man. He's a great guy.
Yeah, every time I met him, he was just so down to earth. Like,
Super down to earth, man.
Yeah.
Holiday, what you doing? You getting some money? I love that guy.
long live Lo, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch it up. So Hollipalooza, man. Like, where did the idea come from? Was this something you had planned for a while before you executed it? Or?
I had a dream one night. I was like, how can I be more iconic than I already am? And I was like, let me start it. No, I was just playing. Rolling Loud, man. You know, Rolling Loud and, you know, Coachella and all those type of vibes, man. We you know, me as, you know, a black entrepreneur with the team I'm around, you know, we all hustlers, we all grinders. We just want a piece of our pie, you know, out here in the world. And I think Hollipalooza came from just a, you know, just a grinding, just don't take no for an answer attitude about anything in life. And we just was like, you know, how could we make this brand that much bigger? You know, we dominated the mixtape lane. You know, I got radio on lock. You know, I'm booked and busy 24/7. But this is something that, like, I was like, you know, let me present to the city of Atlanta and the world, like, opportunity for them to see the up and coming talent. And I'll be damned, man. You know, the first Hollipalooza, man, we did it at Wild Bill's on the north side.
Okay,
and
yeah.
that motherfucker became one of the most iconic ones because Migos was our headliner. Didn't even perform because he didn't have the money to pay to perform. Bobby Shmurda was the only New York art act I had, but that was the first and last time he's ever performed in Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
And that height of that Hot Boys record. Dolph performed, Ray Shrummer performed. Shit, the list go on. And it was just a magical moment, man. You don't even think about those moments until it's done and, you know, it's in the archives and, you know, and you're able to celebrate it later. But myself and KD and Woodrow, we all collectively put our brains together with our relationships in this business because you know, KD's heavy in the, you know, he started the beer and tacos movement. You know, that alone right there, shit.
That's legendary here.
That's the reason why, you know, half the fucking artists, you know, in that hippie world. You know, Wood, man, he's one of the he has one of the better brands with publication and moving around with artists and stuff like that. He's always booked and busy, you know, having dope events for content and information. And, you know, I thought together we could probably like help each other, iron sharpen iron. And it was an amazing situation where we wanted to get it, we wanted to make it bigger. So when we did that, I think we started to do that, and now that's why we're taking it corporate, you know, different places. We piggyback off of Rolling Louds, we piggyback off of A3Cs, we piggyback off of South by Southwest's, and we've did all those things multiple times and packed out each one. So that's the most dope part about it. I appreciate Hollipalooza is on the cusp of being the next, you know, biggest concert series in the world, and I stand on that because, like I said, the artists that we've been able to display right before they got their deals, Big Boogie, you know, people like that, Megan Thee Stallion, we've dominated the freaking South by Southwest vibe for years. And like I said, for every McDonald's, there's a Burger King. And if you like that, that's cool, but, you know, this is what we have over here. We're a clean vibe, man. You know, we get you on stage. We got great publication. We got great relationships with The Source and people like that. And they come. We've been on BET. We've been on Love and Hip Hop. We've been on MTV. We've been covered by, like I said, The Source and, you know, Revolt and people like that. And, you know, it's just, we just waiting on that one investor that's going to come in and just, you know, just dump millions on us to make you even more millions. So whenever you want to come in, just let me know. I'm looking in the camera because I'm serious about this.
Yeah.
Hollipalooza is a brand you can trust. Hollipalooza is a brand that you could depend on to take your career to the next level. And I stand on that. And I appreciate everybody who's supported us at this point. Yes.
And the next one's in the Bay?
Yeah, the next one is in the Bay. No, San Diego, that's on October 7th and 8th.
Okay.
But the one in Atlanta is coming up, and that is Atlanta. That's A3C weekend. That is September 28th.
Okay.
And it's going to be amazing, and I'm excited about it. I don't know the location yet. It's a tie between Old Smith Bar and the Bank. I think we're leaning on the Bank. I think the Bank will be iconic because you know, me and Tip have been talking about doing like hopefully we can bring that reunion of the PSC back, and you know, just all the artists that's been calling and stuff like that. We got Warner Brothers invested, and yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's just like I said, it takes a staff and a team, and we're excited about it, man. But like, you know, that's kind of like I'm not gonna DJ when I'm 60. Trust and believe. So this is something I want to make money in my sleep. I want this to be something that I can just pop up when I'm 55, 60 years old and say, hey, it's my shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we check our accounts and everybody's rich and happy and famous and good, and we moving on. So and building other things. But it's a brand, man, that's I'm super excited about. I've put just as much love and passion into it as I did all the holiday season mixtapes and stuff.
Have you announced the lineup for the one here in Atlanta yet?
Just as of now, you know, my name and my face carries it. You know,
Okay.
I don't like to, you know, put a lineup yet because it's not about that. It's, you know, I want to give the other guys the opportunity to, you know, see it and come, you know, gravitate to it and be a part of it. So, but you know, T.I.'s son is on it for now. And,
Okay.
You know, I'm super supportive of his brand and what he got going on, Damani, and yeah, man. So, you know, we're excited about it.
Dope. Got the new single, No Stress, going crazy right now.
Yeah, man. I just heard it on the radio when I was coming over.
Did you really?
Yeah,
There
I
you
did.
go.
Shout out to that DJ who played that. That was
Yeah.
amazing. But no stress, man. You know, I talked to Diddy, man, top of the year before 2023 was here, and he asked me a very serious question. He was like, yo, I always try to call him just for inspiration. You know, he's just one of those guys I look to and I talk to just to get that motivational battery in my back. And you know, he asked me, was I exhausted from the year? And I told him I wasn't. And he was like, well, you didn't work fucking hard enough, so get to work. 2023, you got to go crazy. And I felt like because I haven't dropped a record since Two-Seater with Quavo in 21, I was like, man, I got to be more consistent and drop some records. So No Stress was one of those that was just kind of sitting in the vault that we didn't finish, and we had to go back and bring it out and touch it back up. And you know, me and Wiz had a great conversation, and OT, you know, he's just rich as fuck, so he don't care. But you know, we chopped it up, and I was like, man, we got to shoot a video in LA. We got to do it big. We got to, you know, it got to be amazing. So shout out to Track Code and everybody who was involved in that situation. And we put that record out, and it did really good, and it's still doing good. And you know, it just, you know, I got another one coming, and I'm excited about that too as well. So being consistent and things like that's really important to me this year. You know, I see my fans really react to that shit, and that's what's important now. So I know that, and I'm sorry I won't be lazy anymore.
Talk about the label and some of the artists you pushing right now.
Since 19 is the label. I'm excited about it because, like I said, it's just me having insight on what I like and, you know, who I feel like I can push to the next level. First off the bat, Lil Crank, kid, man, doing a lot of great numbers. He just got off tour with K-Camp. He's worked with Honcho. He's worked with P&B Rock. He got some amazing records. He got a crazy like melodic sound, and you know, great kid, man. Just definitely going to be that next one in that, you know, that drill music world, you know. Big Quee, that's a chick everybody knows about locally in Atlanta. She's a big personality. Any party she walk in, she's gonna shut it down. We just gonna get the right record for her, and you know, I think it's gonna go to the next level. Her and Callie are working on something right now. I'm excited about. And then the other guy, man, everybody's talking about in the streets, Sticky Low. He has a record called Get In There. Man. Phone won't stop ringing for him. Organically, the DJs are passing around his single, and that's what I'm most excited about. And then, like I said, it's just a blessing, man, to be a part of that, man. Just knowing that this is something that I just thought about in my bed one day. You know, like, hey, man, I want to do a label. I think I can have my own little bad boy or my own So Def if I really, like, you know, put work into it. But mind you, it's so fucking difficult. I'm not gonna even sit here and give you like the fake of it. No, that shit is hard. You got to be on the phone freaking every day. You got to make calls. You got to do Zooms. You got to meet with people. You got to pitch things, and you know, and it's so out of my character because all that stuff was kind of like given to me already. I was the pitch, you know, but now it's not. Now I got to pitch.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, holiday season. All right, I know you. I love you. But what do you want? You want my money, so what do you want me to do for you? And now I got to pitch my label. But Cincinnati 19, man, it's a great staff. Shout out to everybody who's involved in that, Mike and Ant and KD. Shout out to Ray Daniels helping out. We got some great people that's on our team that's helping us move forward with this, and I'm super excited, man. Shout out to Kirk too. Shout out to the whole team, man. So Cincinnati 19, man. Watch out for it. Like I said, Sticky Low's coming, Crank is coming, he's consistent, and we got something coming down.
Yeah, no, that's really dope right there.
Yeah.
You also got your live performance series you just kicked off, The Bus Stop, man.
Yeah, The Bus Stop. Man, I was just trying to take a little piece of your world. You getting all the
hey, content's everything.
All the content
this.
money. I was like, man, how am I not in the content world? So I was like, I had went to South by Southwest recently for the one we did, Hollipalooza, and we shut it down. It was packed out, and I seen another content vibe that was out there just killing shit. And I was like, that's the type of person I am. If I see some shit, had I walked in here before I thought of The Bus Stop, I probably would did some shit called, off the goddamn building or something, built the building or something. I don't know, but I just thought it was so dope, and I was like, damn, people are really gravitating to this. And I know content is key in this business right now. It's just, just another platform. Just another platform. My brand is strong enough to carry it, and I hope everybody be excited about being on it. And when we slow burning it, it's building, day by day. But The Bus Stop is an amazing platform, and I appreciate everybody who's been supporting it thus far. And like I said, just another, piece of something on my plate that I'm excited about to serve to the world. I'm here for service, man, for you guys to understand that I'm here, man, just as a brand and a vessel to help the next artist, go through. So that's what I'm on. That's what holiday season was built off of. That's what Hollipalooza is built off of. Cincinnati 19 and now The Bus Stop too as well.
Yeah. You also got the podcast with your wife, man.
I got the pot.
Is that her idea? Was that your idea? How did this come
That's
about?
her. That's all her, man. Shout out to my wife, Ebony. Yeah, man, that's just, when you got so many entities that's doing good, every man knows, you come home, your wife is like, don't forget who, support you in making this thing run. Because what I heard, man, the balance of my household would not go. And I appreciate it, and I love her, man. Dinner with the Averys is an amazing platform that I appreciate, man. Shout out to the whole staff, everybody who's involved in that, Raven and Chef John and, Shanteria, everybody, man. Everybody, it's a great vibe. And, we just try to touch on the relationship part of being in the industry and balancing those two, because I married my best friend, 7 years strong. But I married my best friend. I think that's probably much the only reason why we're still together. Because outside of her being a beautiful woman and supporting me and taking care of my kids and holding down the household, she gets it. She knows where I come from. A lot of people tend to just fall in love because they, the pussy's good or whatever, or, she got money or he got money and shit, but they don't come together as friends to know, I understand your bag, you understand my bag, and let's move forward and try to do it together and build our bag together. And that's what we did. She was always my friend that supported me and helped me out. And what's so crazy, people always kind of like came to us and was like, how do you guys stay together? You're like the coolest couple in the world. I'm like, no, she gets on my nerves sometimes. I get on hers. But this podcast can be just like a outlet, because talking and communicating is like one of the most important things in a relationship.
Absolutely.
And that was my hard thing. I just, I'm kind of selfish with my ideas and myself, and I don't really have to express that until it's time. But, building a podcast with my wife and being able to release those feelings like, nah, man, this is how I feel today. Or you ain't rub my back, and or I know I'm tired of rubbing your feet, shit like that. And date nights and all that type of shit, man. Just people like that heavily invest in that, because she got her own cult following for her being on TV and stuff like that. So Dinner with the Averys is a great podcast, and it's just, like I said, an outlet just for people to kind of see another side of me outside of the music, just relationship shit.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yep.
And speak on fatherhood, the importance of fatherhood to you, Holiday.
The importance of it, man, that's kind of like what my whole my train of thought came from. I guess about making smarter decisions in my life. I think my kids curved me to not go out to after parties anymore. I want to get home and just making smart decisions, because they depend on me, and they will they will depend on me for the rest of their lives, as long as I'm here too as well. So it's just important that I make smart decisions. And my kids are two of the most beautiful kids in the world. You know, they are my life, my everything. I'm thinking about them right now as I'm doing this interview, thinking about what I got to do with them when I get home.
Yeah.
But Easton and Ryan, they're everything to me.
Yeah, definitely changed your life, you know, becoming a father, man.
Changed everything, bro.
Yeah.
Brought the soft side out of me for real.
I've got to ask you about Cabin Fever too, man. How did that come about?
Cabin Fever 2, you know what, people don't ever really ask, a lot of people ask me these in interviews when I do them, but Cabin Fever 2 is one of my favorite mixtapes. Probably one of my best mixtapes because the journey of it was so different than, you know, I already had a relationship with Gucci and French and, you know, everybody like that. But Cabin Fever, I had to go work for that shit. We had to go find Wiz in Pittsburgh. We had to go make him come to the black clubs. Not to say he didn't want to come there, but he just was in his own bag and he was just different. And he was like this myth and you couldn't find him in Pittsburgh. You had to go like sought out and see where he was at. He just did his own vibe. He'd be at some fucking bar drinking fucking Jaeger and shit like that. So when I found him, you know, through Will and stuff like that, we got hella cool and I told him who I was and he already knew, of course, but, you know, I just told him, I said, no, but I want to support you. I want to be your, you know, I want to be involved in your vibe and help you build it, you know. And at that time, I think Cushion Orange Juice was just out. And I was just like, look, bro, look, I live a immaculate lifestyle, bro. Like, I want you to be a part of this shit. Like, I DJ the BET Award parties and shit like that and come to that stuff. Like, I want to bring Cushion Orange Juice to that shit because I'm like heavily invested right now. I'm a fan. And when we built that vibe and, you know, we did some amazing things together, man, he just was like, yo, I'm gonna give it back to you. And he brought me Cabin Fever 2. And I was like, oh shit. And then, but it was real Bay Area feel. You know, shout out to Problem. He was the A&R on that too as well with me. But yeah, man, I cried when that tape came out.
Really?
Yeah, man, because it was just like, I knew how big his reach was. It was nothing like what I've been doing with the artists I've been dealing with. Like Cabin Fever 2 was like one of those joints, like I know everybody gonna hear this shit. Cause I went to one of his events, his concerts, and I was like, I just seen the crowd. It was no black people there. It was all white, Asian, whatever, and they was just fucking looking at him like he was Aerosmith or some shit. And I was like, I gotta be a part of this some type of way. So when that came out, I just felt that shit in my chest, like, this is gonna be different. And, you know, happy to say, man, we've worked on singles after that. One with Waka, Molly, and, you know, we've been able to do other songs and stuff, but I'm happy to say we're also finishing up on Cabin Fever 4 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
And that's dropping very, very soon. And it's all heavily Cabin Fever 1 influence. The beat selection.
That was the one with Lex, was it?
Are you ready for this? It's all Lex this time.
It's all Lex.
It's all Lex, 808, TM, movie.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's fucking bananas. I'm like, it's so crazy. Will is like on my ass, like drop that shit. But not, yeah. But it's done. It's done.
That's hard, right
So
there.
excited, man. It's one of the best. Like people gonna be really surprised when they hear it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
that's crazy, man. You also worked with Kevin Gates, that Murder for Hire tape, man. How did that come about?
Shout out to KD, man. That was one of his plugs. A&Rs being A&R friends and shit, and they're like, oh yeah, you give me this, Holiday will do that and stuff like that. But no, Kevin Gates was cool, man. I met him in the studio one time, and like I said, his friends are good. His friends are close with my friends, and you know, we just bartered. You know, at the time, you know, we just was like, yeah, I believe in you. You know, like I told you, I won't tell anybody no. I didn't know Kevin Gates was gonna be huge like that, but you know, it was definitely. I listened to his music, and I was excited about it, just like I would be for anybody else. And we got a chance to kick it in the studio for like a week or two.
Okay.
I remember us going out to eat, and we went to I think Ugly Calvin's or something like that, and got some pineapple fried rice, and you know, took him to the club, and you know, we finished the mixtape, and you know, put it out, and you know, after that, I think his brand built from there. He did South by Southwest. I think he opened up for like DMX or somebody like that year.
Oh,
And
shit.
after that, that Two Phones and all that shit came
Yeah.
out, and it was a wrap. Yeah. So it's just like God, man, just shined on everything that we do, man. That's what I really do appreciate about this whole ride, and still to this day, man. You know, just I told you that just relentless, not giving a fuck, just trying anything and supporting anybody has got me so far. So it's like, I never like shitting on anybody coming up, you know, and I don't talk down on anybody around me. You can ask anybody who works with me or been around me all the years, from radio to Hollipalooza to, you know, just Cincinnati 19, anything I've been a part of. Like, I don't talk down on people. I just don't think that shit is cool. You know, I believe in everybody. I fuck with everybody, and because of that, all my friends are dope execs now, A&Rs. They work for labels. They work for content vibes. You know, one of my favorites, my stories of TP. He worked with Nudie, and he worked for 21 Savage, and I think he's the A&R for I forgot the name of the producer. What's his name? Who?
Jetson.
Jetson. So yeah, Jetson. But he used to just write the words for our online holidayseason.com shit, and just, you know, and he drove the car, drove the bus for fucking, you know, 21 Savage in the beginning, like, and for him to do that and then start and then become that, that's what's special to me. You know what I'm saying? The door's always open. We help anybody, you know. So yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's like everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't want to start at the bottom, though. They want to start at the top.
They want to start at the top. They don't want to build. They don't want to grind. They don't want to. And like I told you, just even the first, you know, 6 years of my shit before it got popping, before, you know, EA Sportscenter and stuff, I was an intern. I interned.
And you got that opportunity because you were an intern.
Intern. That's it. Just, you know, the relentless, just intern vibe. Wake up, and I still to this day, like, you know, me and you were talking off camera about mixtapes and stuff, and I was like, I ain't never listened to none of my mixtapes because I just don't. I don't think it's cool, but at the same time, like, I'm not thinking about that. I just, once it's out, the product is out, and you guys receive it how you want to. If you love it, I appreciate it. If you don't, I'm gonna try again, and here comes another one, and here comes something else, and here comes something else you can eat up. So, you know, we just throwing the rod out there and seeing what comes back, you know, and that's what it is. Like, I still to this day have the same, you know, tempo about my lifestyle. I wake up like an intern, hungry, excited, ready to put the dots together and make a play. Yeah. And that's what holiday season is. That's what I am, yeah.
Last question for you, Holiday.
Yeah.
I remember reading that you and Cameron were supposed to drop a tape.
Who?
You and Cameron.
Oh, yeah. He dudded me on that one. Yeah. It was at a charity basketball game, and I don't know, man. I just was like, yeah, what's up? What we doing? And he was like, oh, nigga, Holiday, you know I'm going to do it for you, baby. And I don't know. I don't know. It just never happened. Maybe
Did the talks ever progress after that, or was that it?
Yeah, we cool as shit, you know, but I just, you know, this got to be the right moment, and that never happened. Shit, I mean, you know, maybe I should have hit Jim Jones or somebody to make him push him harder. Jim's my guy, but Santana and Cam are great guys, man. Shout out to Chubby Baby, that whole team, man. They always supported me and vibed with me and supported me with anything I needed. Yeah, so, but no, that tape never came out though. It never came out. I wanted it to come out very badly, but no, I didn't. But out of that, from that New York vibe, because, you know, I know how big the world is. I never just stayed south. You know, French Montana, man. I did y'all casino life.
Casino life, man.
Y'all was, casino life, yeah. And the crazy story about that, like, that first Shawty Got Potential, I Could Be a Sponsor, like, that wasn't even gonna make the tape. I picked that shit.
Really?
He came down here on some, like, he wanted all fucking, you know, 808 Mafia shit. And we was like, nah, bro, like, you from New York, bro. Like, I go to New York. I love going to New York and getting that hustler vibe, you know, like you want to just take over the world. And I told him, like, this is a big record. And I think it was Flex's at the time, you know?
That's it.
Yeah, but we got it back and put it on the tape. And that shit changed his fucking life.
Absolutely, man.
So, another one. Shout out to Khaled.
All right, Holiday, you got any shout-outs you'd like to give before we wrap it up here, man?
Listen, man, shout out to Holiday Season brand. Shout out to myself, man, for working my ass off and giving you guys years and years and years and years of content and vibes. And I appreciate you just as much as you appreciate my brand. And you know, it took a lot, and I'm still here. I'm still working my ass off. Like I said, I have a relentless attitude about life, and it's always, man, get up, get it, provide, love, and protect. And it just, you know, I love everything about everything I've been able to accomplish in my life, man. I'll never stop until I feel like I just don't want to do it anymore. But I'm hungry, and I'm always going to be hungry. But shout out to holiday season brand. Everybody who's ever purchased a mixtape, downloaded one. Shout out to, of course, Since 19 Records, amazing brand, a label that's coming straight to your city very, very soon. And the artists are amazing. I'm so proud of those guys. Shout out to Hollipalooza, one of the biggest concert series. I promise you, it's gonna touch this globe, man, and give you some of the biggest artists in the world. Shout out to, of course, what else? God damn it, I got so many. Shout out to the bus stop. Shout out to my team, my staff, my whole family, everybody who supports me, my wife, my beautiful wife, my kids. Rest in peace to my grandfather. Rest in peace to, Dolph. Rest in peace to Lo. Everybody who's been around me in this process. And I just want to say thank you guys so much, man. I always wanted to do this platform. I really appreciate the opportunity. I know I don't do a lot of interviews, but I thought this was very important and perfect time, man, because I got singles out, I got a lot of motion. And Diddy said I need to be exhausted, so I'm working my ass off. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for real. Holiday season for life.
I don't stress. I got a check. I don't stress. I got a check. I don't stress.